I'm so freaking excited. Hello, guys. We are so happy to have you here. If you are watching this right now, it means one of two things, okay? It means that someone sent this to you because you're wondering what we do and how it works and all of the details. And so our goal today is to bring that to you. It's to give you guys some more clarity. If you guys don't know me, my name is Veronica. This is Deborah. And we're going to break down all the fun stuff about our business. We're going to talk about what our days consist of, what our business really consists of, how we make money, our backgrounds, and hopefully by the end of this call, you're going to have some more clarity so you can make a decision that makes sense for you and your goals. We're going to dive right in. We're going to try to keep this under 20 minutes and we're really going to just touch on the key points, okay? So I'm going to start off really quickly doing a 1-2 on my story. Deborah is going to follow up after me, and then we're going to dive into some business info. Again, my name is Veronica. If I'm a complete stranger to you guys, I'm happy to have you guys here. So a little bit about myself. Hold on, I almost choked. Then I'll tell you guys. So I have been partnered with this brand for 2 years, okay? But let me take you guys back because there's been a lot that's happened in 2 years. So I'm from Chicago, born and raised, okay? I went to school for business, finished up school, became a bartender, because why else does anyone go to college, right? And after finishing up school, or after working in the nightlife industry for quite some time, I realized it is addicting because you make a lot of money. And I was 22, 23 years old. And I realized if I don't leave the industry before 25, I wasn't going to go anywhere. And so I went really eat, pray, love, and I packed my life into 3 suitcases and I moved across the country, which, you know, I would recommend to anyone because it was incredible. It's what brought me here today. And when I moved to Los Angeles, which is where I ended up going, because that's where you go if you're from Chicago, I realized that I wanted to be in a position where I was leading people, I was developing people, I was mentoring people. So that is where my entrepreneurship journey began. I spent 5 years running a door-to-door and business-to-business brick-and-mortar location for a client that most of you have heard of called AT&T and DirecTV. And after about 4 years running my office, I realized that yes, I was an entrepreneur. Yes, I was, running and managing a location, which is the American dream. I had no life. I was working 16, 17, 18 hours a day. And although entrepreneurship requires a lot of investment, I knew that there was a way to build a business that still gave you freedom, where you can work from anywhere, where you can build long-term wealth while still living your life. And so I closed my business and I stepped into corporate America at 27 years old for the first time ever. And that was a huge culture shock. I lasted about 6 months not because of the company was amazing. I actually had a very, I had a management role. I had a great salary, lots of room for benefits, lots of room for growth, but I had no freedom. I went from working for myself to 2 weeks vacation to having to bring in a doctor's note if I was sick, and my savings were dwindling fast. And I was one more away from calling my parents. And I knew it. I was grocery shopping one day and it hit $200 and I had this massive anxiety in my stomach of being like, I don't know where my bills are going to get paid from. I have no idea. They keep coming in. My money isn't getting any bigger. So what am I supposed to do? So I started Ubering. I was door dashing. I was dog sitting. I was rovering. I was house sitting. I was doing all of the things. And that is when money came into my life. I saw this girl posting about these products. And at that point I was a blonde that just went brunette. My hair was fried. Oh my God. It was so fried and so damaged. I've struggled with cystic acne my whole life. My skin was it was just all of the things. And I saw her posting about her hair. And I was like, well, my hair's pretty crappy, but really I messaged her and I said, girl, can you teach me how to make $500? So she sent me this big novel selling all these things about the business, the car and the trips. I'm like, no, I don't care. Can you teach me how to make $500? Because $500 is going to let me breathe. She's like, well, yeah, we're going to use our Smart Start program, which we'll talk to you guys here in a second. And sorry, where I live, there's just constant deliveries. My neighbors next door shop 24/7. And that was it was a way to help me make a little bit more money. That was my only goal. Nothing else mattered. There was no other goals attached to it. I just really wanted to get a little bit more safe so I can breathe, you guys. Fast forward 8 months into my business, I actually matched my corporate income when I quit my job, which is it was crazy that it happened because it wasn't a goal of mine and it became realistic down the line. Fast forward a few months later, I actually qualified for our car program. So one of our motor club members, I'm a multiple free trip earner. I paid off at this point. It's going to be 35 grand in debt strictly for my Monate income. But more importantly, over the course of last year, I was able to support our household. My boyfriend didn't have a job. And I think it allowed him to not stress over like having to find something and just settling for any job that falls in his lap because there was a decent salary attached to it. And so I'm excited to talk to you guys today because I think you're going to hear two different stories that are really going to show you what's possible on the other side of fear, on the other side of doubt, on the other side of the unknown, because I never saw myself here ever in a million years, but I'm here, and we're just here to be the example to show you what's possible.
I love hearing your story every time, and it inspires me every time. It's like, can I join your team? Wait, I'm already in it. So you guys, my story is completely different. We come from completely different backgrounds, but I think that's what makes this business so beautiful, is that we're all different and we're all here for different reasons. Just to give you a backstory on my life, I'm Dominican, I'm Latina, I was born and raised in the DR, and I came here with a lot of dreams, with big dreams. And my mom didn't have money, never. I grew up lacking a lot of things. So I wanted to give myself things that I was never able to have before. And I wanted to give my future family something that I never had. And I wanted to find something that could be the door to get me there. But just like you, the 9 to 5, it's the most normal thing. And I worked for an insurance office. I was a babysitter. I actually had a rover business and I was pet sitting dogs. And it will get crazy in here sometimes, 5, 6 dogs, because I was so hungry for money. And at the same time, I was like, I hate all these dogs. And it was just crazy. I did DoorDash too. Like I did it more, I would never tell people because I would be embarrassed, right, of doing those things because I was so desperate to make more money. I was doing that, and I was also working as a preschool teacher full time. Okay, can you imagine how crazy my life was? And I enjoy being part of this baby's lives, but it really drained me. It was a very draining job, mentally, physically, and I didn't see myself growing there. There was nothing there for me to go forward. There was nothing there for me to grow. It was just a job that paid some bills. And I am married and my husband makes great money, but I did not want to be dependent on my husband for money. And coming from a Latin family, that was like ingrained in my mind: do not depend on men for anything, because they can just walk out one day and leave you. That's just life. And I didn't want to be dependent on a man. So long story short, Veronica followed me on Instagram randomly one day, and I was like, this girl. But I watched her grow. I watched her win, and I just saw how she went from point A to point C. She started with no team, with nothing. And then in about of like 6 months, she just started making money, and I'm hungry for money. So I'm just like, what is this girl doing that I need to do? And what we do is just social selling. We share the things that we love in our stories. So I will see her share her stuff, and here I am sharing my stuff, and I'm making no money on it. Okay. So I just watched her. I watched her for a whole year. I was like, let me see if this business is real. Let me see if there's actually money in it, because I was the biggest skeptic in the book. I mean, I watched my mom do Mary Kay. I watched my aunt do the all the weird stuff that's out there, that they have to host parties every weekend. It was just your very old MLM business. So I was very skeptical. I was like, I'm not about that life. I'm not gonna be that annoying person, cold messaging. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But I watched Veronica and I was like, but she's not doing that. So there's something to this business that's different. So I watched her for a year, ghosted her for a year. And then one day I was just sitting on my 9 to 5 job, watching her stories, and something clicked inside of me. And I was like, if I don't do this now, I'm not gonna do it ever. And I have to just go for it. I'm scared. I don't know what the hell I'm walking into, but I know I don't want to feel this way anymore. And I know that I want to be independent. So fast forward 3 or 4 months into the business, I got a paycheck that was the same amount as my 9 to 5. Okay. When I saw that, I was like, okay, I think I can do this. If I can do this from my phone, working a 9 to 5, while being married, while having a rover business with 6 dogs in my house, I think I can do this. If I can give us some more time and strategically, I think I can do this. So fast forward, I decided to leave my 9 to 5 and go full time with Monet because I'm like, this is making me money. I match my full-time income. So let's just turn this up and go to the top. So that's my story.
I love when you share that. I love it. Just because, just like she said, you guys, she sat on the sidelines for over a year, and here she is working this full time with me now. I just think it's the coolest story. So we're going to dive right in. Okay. We're going to try to keep this 10-15 minutes. We're going to go over all the details of what we actually do. We have a slideshow for you guys. So we're going to share our screen. Obviously, you guys can follow along as we go. We're going to touch on the major key points, but we're going to keep everything on here for you so you can see it. The first thing we're going to dive into, Deborah, you're touching on, right? Uh-oh, if it works, we'll see. Sometimes you might have to just click it like on the thing. We'll find out. Can you click it from the desktop? Oh no. Okay, perfect. You're muted though, just so you know. Okay. I'm going to dive right in. I'll go over about my name. We'll have Deborah kind of touch on my stats with you guys here. So a few things for you guys to know. We are a family owned and operated company. That's important because our leadership team stems from the top. A lot of people, when they step foot into this business, the first thing I hear is, wow, it just feels like a family. Like it's so much more than just shampoo. We hear it all of the time. Well, yeah, it's because the kind of culture that Money has created, it has created a culture of people working together and building something together long-term that is so much bigger than what you guys see in front of you day in and day out. The whole family is from Venezuela. It was started off in 2014. We are 7-8 years into our company, and we are currently, well, as of right now, we're $1 billion. Oh no, is that my screen or your screen? That was you. Okay. We are a $1 billion company, which is huge, but I also want you guys to understand that when we touch on our compensation plan, when I say it's a generous compensation plan, it is the best compensation plan in the industry. We pay back 50 cents on every dollar to the market partner. And for me, that was really important. Coming from running a business before and working with a Fortune 500 client, I wanted to make sure that the next company I work with was very invested into their people and into their people's growth and into their people's paychecks, because I'm a hard worker and I knew that I was going to grow, and I had to find a company that matched my work ethic and matched my vision. So that is a few things I wanted to touch on with you guys. We're going to have Deborah touch on some stats.
All right, you guys, sorry for that. It's my first time doing this Zoom meeting, so just bear with me. So right now, you guys, we are the #1 hair care company in the United States. Our products are anti-aging, and they focus on really reversing and all damage and really getting the hair healthy. We have had 700% growth from last year. You guys, if that doesn't tell you anything, that tells you that we're in a company that we're constantly growing. There is no stopping for us. So we're always growing. And for me, that is important because I want to be part of something that is growing and that is getting bigger and bigger. Okay. The excellent industry is worth 193 billion. We are the 24 in that list. Okay. We are only a 7-year-old company, correct? And we are number 24. That means growth, you guys. Hair care is expected to grow by 20 billion in 2024, and skincare is expected to grow by 80 billion in 2024. You guys, we have 2 million customers, and we have less than 1% return rate. Our products are consumable. They are amazing. We have skincare, we have hair care, we have wellness, we have body care now. We have all the things. We are growing. And honestly, I can't wait to see what this year holds for us.
I'm still just over here thinking about Deborah's story, and I'm like, good God, I love hearing her talk about it. All right, so I'm gonna go other way. We're gonna over the products with you guys because that is what makes Monat so special. Okay. So a few things for you guys to know. We are 100% vegan, anti-aging, naturally based, cruelty-free hair care, skincare, and wellness. What our products do, I'm just going to give you guys an example. When you go to CVS and you buy some random shampoo and conditioner and then you go wash your hair, you start to feel all this buildup at your roots, right? So when you go to the salon and they blow dry your hair, that first time you're like, oh, wow, my hair looks really nice. And then the next day you wake up and you're like, wow, my hair looks just as crappy as it was before I got my hair colored. Well, it's because all of the products that you're using right now are causing buildup at your roots. And that buildup over the course of time is weighing down your hair. It's closing out your hair follicles, leading to no new hair growth, which is why your hair gets dry and frizzy and oily and there's no growth and there starts to happen, you start getting breakage. What our products do is it removes all of that, okay? Our product has a ingredient called Rejuvenique S in it, which is our staple product, is the Rejuvenique oil. It's the only oil, if you guys can see, that has a molecular structure small enough to actually work through all 3 layers of your hair strand. So pull out a piece of hair, okay? I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, but it's going to work through there's 3 different layers of your hair. It's going to work through all 3 layers down to the cortex, which is exactly where, your hair follicle comes out of your scalp. So it's healing your hair from the inside out. That is why you see all of your Monat girls with such great hair. The products work. They perform at such a level that you can't argue it, which is what makes it so easy for us to do our job because we're so obsessed with our own results. Okay. We have options for all hair types and all skin types, which is huge because everything is customized. It's not a one size fits all. That's why we have such a versatile clientele. That's why we have such a consumable product, because everyone has hair and skin and people aren't going to ever stop watching it. So our businesses are never going to go anywhere. There is no parabens, no sulfates, no microbeads, no harmful colors, chemicals, fragrances, none of that. More importantly, we have a research and development team here in Miami, Florida. So everything is done and shipped directly to your home. Okay. You're not carrying inventory or anything like that. When you put an order in, or when a client puts an order in on our website, we're just the middleman. It comes directly from our corporate center in Miami to our client's front door. We handle zero to do with the shipping. And I love that. I love how close it is to home. I love that it's US based. We're constantly putting, people at home into jobs. But I just also love how we have zero to do with shipping, because that was a really big fear of mine stepping foot into this industry.
Yes. Our products are amazing. I'm obsessed and I will never stop sharing it. I mean, it is the best out there. So I'm going to share with you guys the business and how does everything work. So what we do, you guys, it is simple. It's a simple concept. So let's say that you share your cup of coffee in the morning. Hey, I got it from Starbucks. You guys, I love it. Or you got a new phone case or a new watch from like a watch band from Amazon, and you share it on your story. And that's what we do. We share what we love. So if you share those things, we share those things and more. We share what we're using on our hair, we share what we're using on our skin, because if you're watching this right now, you probably are struggling either with your hair or with your skin or with your gut or something, because when your gut is out of whack, everything, your hair doesn't look right, your skin doesn't look right. So if you're watching this, I'm sure you're struggling with one of those 3. Okay. So we share our products in our story. We just share them like any other blogger would do. And we share the opportunity with others. So we love extending a hand out and said, hey, I think you will love this because I see potential in you. So if you're watching this right now, the person that sent you this sees potential in you. I see potential in you. Veronica says, like, if we are talking to you about this business, because we believe in you and we believe that this can fit into your life. I believe that people complicate this whole concept, and it is simple, okay? One thing that I love about our company, there is no inventory. You don't have to stock up your closet with products that you're never going to use. You don't have to come out of pocket every month buying stuff that you don't need, because we just don't do that. We don't have inventories. You have your own website. You guys, we have an amazing car program. As you guys heard Veronica at the beginning, she is driving her caddy, baby, okay? And she earned that, and she has shown us the way of how easy it is if you put your focus and mind to things, okay? She is amazing. I love her. We have trips incentives, meaning that you can earn trips. You guys, Veronica is going to the DR soon. She has earned Vegas, DR, so many trips, and I'm on my way to do the same, you guys. I never thought that I could earn free trips, okay? You do this on your own terms. We all have different lives. We all have different backgrounds. We all have different schedules, but this can fit into people's schedule. If you have an hour or two a day to spare, I mean, you're looking at your Instagram and your TikTok for an hour at least, breaking down in minutes throughout the day, you can do this. You can turn your social media and monetize it, okay? Our community is filled with women that want to see each other win. We root each other on everything, you guys. These girls are like my sisters. Like, I literally love them. Some of them I never met in my life, but they have just come into my life and just allowed me to grow, push me. And I need friends like that, okay? And the number one thing that I was really scared at the beginning when I joined this business is training. Because when you join something new, you have no idea what it is and how it works. So you need training, you need to be informed. And there's one thing this company does, we are very well informed, and there is trainings on everything. And all the tools are there for you to be successful. It's just up to you for you to take the tools and run with them.
I love that. I'm going to talk to you guys about how to get started, because I think that is where the next place that a lot of people get themselves tripped up with, is that we overthink how to actually step foot into this industry. And the beauty, hold on one second. Sorry, my computer's flashing on mine. There you go. The beauty of money is that we've made it super simple. To get yourself started, all you get is products for you. There's no buy-in, there's no monthly fees, there's no website fee, none of that. You pick a product pack, we have tons of them. It's gonna, whoever sent you this video, get back to them so they can find the one that's best suited for your hair type, for your skin type, for your budget. And that gives you your license to sell. That gives you the ability to start marketing these products, sharing these products, finding a clientele. There's no additional purchase necessary. Like we talked about earlier, there's no inventory, so you're never going to be required to buy products. There's no quota, so there's no pressure to actually hit any kind of sales goal. And I think that is what makes it so much more enjoyable. That was what makes this business so much more, in my mind, freeing, and allows you to build on your own terms with flexibility, because no one's telling you have to do this. If you don't do this, you lose your business. None of that happens here. And then more importantly, there's tons of incentives and bonus programs to help you guys launch your business effectively. Our first goal when you partner up with someone within my organization is to help you make $500 in your first 2 weeks. That's my goal. I want to help you make $500 in your first 2 weeks. How do we help you do that? If you know 8 people who wash their hair and 2 people who want to make money, you just did it. Actually, you did more than that, but you made at least a minimum of 500 and some. And we're here to teach you and guide you and give you the blueprint on exactly how to make that happen. I like to end this with a piece of advice, because I think it's easy to listen to information. It's easy to get all of this information piled up and think, yeah, well, it sounds great. I'll think about it and I'll get back to you guys. Or I'll think about it and see if it makes sense to me. And I was just on this live with one of my mentors, and she used this really great analogy, and I'm going to use this to end this out, okay? If you're debating, if you're like, I think I want to do this, but I don't know, I want you to get a pen and paper and I want you to draw a line, okay? And I want you to write down first all of the risks that you think are going to happen by you starting this business. I'll help you. There aren't any. Just a side note, I mean, we have no inventory, there's no quotas, there's free trips, there's an amazing community, there's personal development, but whatever you think the risks are, put them on paper, okay? And then I also want you to write down your dream life. Like, what are your biggest goals? And then I want you to pick which one you want to go with. The risks or the dream life, because you can't have both. You can't have both. You can't live in this area of uncertainty and scarcity while also trying to chase your dream life. It is one or the other. And so as you guys are listening to us, as you get off this call and you sit down and you think, can I do this? Is this for me? Ask yourself, what vehicle is going to take you to your dream life? Because if it's not going to be this, what is it going to be? And if it's not going to be anything, then stop talking about your dream life and just openly admit that you're settling for mediocrity. And that's okay. Not everyone's meant for greatness. But if you're watching this and there's something within you that says, I am meant for more, decide that you want to do this. go all in, give yourself 90 days of hustling, whatever that means to you, and watch your business flourish as a byproduct. Because one thing that we can tell you confidently is that when you step foot into this organization, you will be guided, you will be coached, you will be believed in, you will step into a community that reminds you how incredibly powerful you are. But none of that matters if you don't want to make it work for you. So please get back to whoever sent this to you. Please go back with questions, get them on a call, ask them the uncomfortable things. But more importantly, don't hold yourself back from something that can literally change the rest of your life because of the fear of the unknown. Because Deborah and I are both here to tell you that we impulsively started our business. It was an impulsive, let's see what happens. And we're both here today as a byproduct.
Absolutely. I just want to say one little thing before I leave. I started messy, but I just did it. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to know it all. But if you are a dreamer and you want more to your life and you are tired of settling and you want more, this is, not could be, is the door that can get you there. Look at Veronica's life, look at my life, and look where we are and where we're going. So whoever sent this to you, Veronica and I, or anybody, just get back to them, ask the hard questions like she said, and get started. Get started building your dream life, because the dream starts here.
Yes, I love it. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.